Konnichiwa, hope everyone's good. So it's time for an ADC update. Unfortunately I had to start the business back up again, so I'm working again. So the ADC's changed a little bit. But I'll start off with the phone. So I'm carrying it in this Niwaki pouch. Clips onto the belt. And I'm going to be replacing this. I've ordered a Maxpedition phone holster, which I'll hopefully be getting tomorrow. And I'll be using this pouch for its intended purposes, which is carrying secateurs and small folding saws. It's reinforced with thick leather underneath this stitching here, but it fits this phone perfectly for now. But anyway, as far as the phone goes, it's a Hawaii, don't even know what model it is. It's got a fingerprint scanner, 2 lenses, and I'd put some tape on there just to protect the back, because this has got a stud right there which goes through all the way, so I thought I might rub on the back of the phone and scratch it up. But that's the phone. It's just a phone, it does phone stuff. Phones don't interest me in the slightest bit. Anyway, keys have changed a little bit. So I've got a key smart now, and a pry bar I've put back on because I tried using a knife to pry something a week or two back and I snapped the tip off, so I was carrying a pry bar now. And besides that, I got the Troll Cross, the Phoenix NW20. My main little flashlight is the i1R2 EOS, and the Uncle Bill's Silver Grippers, and I changed them onto the Night Eyes S Beaners. I'll have to replace that split link because it's starting to split. And I'm using the Maxpedition Keeper, which I've had lying around for God knows how many years, so I've just decided to use it again. So that's the keys. Got a bandana, Snow Peak, and that's it. Bandana, 100% cotton, made in Japan. Multi-tool, carrying the Leatherman rebar, and that's that. So knives, going to be carrying 2. So this is a little knife pocket pouch that I made out of an old leather belt. I like it, looks ugly, but whatever. And then here I got the Nagaho Higo no Kami, which is still one of my favourites. I'm going to be carrying that just for like one day, and then next day I'm going to be carrying this, and then I'm going to alternate like that. So every other day I'm going to be carrying this. But this is the case. Stockman, free blade, obviously. I think it's the medium with the carbon steel. It's starting to get a little rust spots on it, so that's a sign that it needs to be used. So that's the knives and the multi-tool. The wallet, I've gone back to the Fly Industries ADC wallet. I've been trying the other smaller wallets and I just can't get into them. But in here, it's pretty much the same as it's always been. I've got a Fresnel lens, a little boo-boo kit. Need to put more in there. I got a 1000 Japanese yen and a little slip that I made for it. Silver. And then in here Got the Tops snap knife with some fishing hooks. And the Swedish Army Light My Fire ferrocerium rod. And that's all that's in there, apart from the little smiley face clip thing. So that's the wallet. And my main flashlight that I use for walking at night, mainly just for self-defense, is the Phoenix TK 11 TAC. I've had it for 3 months now, maybe it's 4, and it's still perfect. I got one dent in it where I dropped it on some concrete. Besides that, can't fault it. Very awesome flashlight. And just for a change, I thought I would start carrying a pocket organizer instead of having everything loose in the pockets. So in here I got a Pentley Park Hank, which is the 8x8 inch. I did a video on this but YouTube removed it because I think I said the F word or something. I forgot that YouTube's run by sissies now. But anyway, that's that. And then in here I got a Zebra PM701 marker pen with a replaceable cartridge. And I mainly just use this for drawing penises on public toilet walls and doors, as is the trendy fashion and always has been. In this country anyway. I'm joking, I don't use it for that. I've got the Zebra FX MD, and I did find out how to put a Fisher Space Pen insert in here. If I can get the nib off, it always jams. There we go. So now I've got a Fisher insert, and it's just a little plastic sleeve that was in here. I just used a kilt pin to push it out through this end. Easy enough to do. And now I've got the Fisher insert in there. And auto no-knock mechanical pencil, because I'm starting to get into drawing again. I used to draw when I was 16 up to 25, and I haven't done it in a lot of years. I found an old sketchbook with stuff in it, so I fancy taking up drawing again. So that's the only reason why I carry that, so I can draw when I'm bored. Got a lighter and notepad, which is starting to really wear thin. I always tear out the pages after I've wrote things in them. That way if I lose the notepad I don't get wrong for having people's addresses and whatnot, or phone numbers. I think you're supposed to do that anyway by law. You kind of just, you've got to have them locked up and stuff like that, like in a little locked cabinet and things if you're going to store them written form and not file form on a computer. Anyway, the Statgear hygiene hand thing, and that's all that's in there. I got a bottle of hand sanitizer. I always buy these in bulk. I've got like 10 of these just lying around, so I always just refill these ones. That's why I always show the same one in every video. I do use it, I just refill the same bottle. Replace it when the cap eventually wears out. And that's it. Watch. I haven't worn this one yet. I just had it on for a Instagram photo. That's the only time I've worn it. So looking forward to trying this one, but this is a real budget watch. It's a Smale Casio G-Shock knockoff. It is the number 1546. It cost £11. It was real simple. It's just got a stopwatch and alarm, and besides that it's got the time and date, and that thing there does nothing, it's just for show. It does have a digital display behind it, as you can see, and that's it. It's a real simple watch. It's got a Japanese movement, and I really like is you can pull this out and change the time, whereas with the G-Shocks you've got to go through all of these modes and all of this crap on some of them. And then you got your light here, which you can't see. Just see it there. And it's got another button right here which does the exact same thing, so I'm not sure why it's got two light buttons, but it does. So that's the watch. I haven't got a lot to say about it. When I was wearing it though, I noticed these bits here are sharp and they were digging in right there, so I'm going to take a file to those and file them out, or file them down, round them. But that's the new watch. It's like £11, £10, something like that. Got it on eBay. So that's that. And a new self-defense thing. I got some personal defense spray, Evade. And this one emits a cloud of very repulsive odour, which it does. I bought two of these. I tried one out in the garden. I used to keep snakes and I fed one, well I didn't feed them, it was accidental. I had a big rat falling out for another snake, and one of the smaller ones came up and ate that, which was way too big for it, and after 3 days it ended up regurgitating the rat. So this reminded us of that smell. It was like a half decomposed acidic type smell. It wasn't nice, but that's that. I'm going to buy another one of these though, a different brand one. This one was £22 I think, but I'm going to buy a £8 one which puts a red dye on you, and that lasts up to 7 days, and I think it's got a UV marker on it as well. But this one, I can smell it through the can and it's not a pleasant smell. I don't know if it's leaking or whatnot, but I can smell it just through the can. So that's that. And I got a brass paperweight. Yeah, we'll go with paperweight, because why not? And that is my personal EDC. I'll get on with the bag, which is also changed. So before I show the bag, I'll show the belt. I always forget to show it, and I forget people like to see what belt people are carrying. So mine's a 511. I think it's the Rigger's belt. It's the one with the high break and strain buckle. Had it for over a year now. The only sign of wear is the paint job on the buckle itself. Stitching and everything else is held up great. So that's the belt. So the bag, I'm going back to the 511. I thought it was the Rush 27, I think I said it was last time I showed it. I actually think it's the Rush All Hazards Prime. But I might be wrong. Probably is the Rush 24. Either way though, the capacity on it sucks. They say it's 30 litres I think, or 35 litres. It's more like 10 to 15. But anyway, in here I just got a waterproof dry bag, the Table Flame Ranger, a drawing book, or a notebook, but I use it as a drawing book. It's supposed to be Mila Jovovich, and that's my awesome drawing skills. Gloves, and a spare mask, which is a 3M FFP3 rated for the new strains, because you don't know what's going on. Even the government doesn't know what's going on. And just a spare bag for putting used gloves in. And that's all that's in there. Oh no, I got another little key bar thing, not a key bar, key smart. This one's a knockoff, and these are just keys for clients for the back gates. That way I don't have to knock on the door, and it lessens the chance of coming in contact with them. I can just help myself in, and they know I'm a cool, trustworthy dude, so no issues. First aid kit, I'm going with the full one just because I'm working with things that might take a foot or something off. So I just got a Israeli bandage, gloves, insect bite relief, antiseptic cream, shears, gauze pads in the back, burn shield, and all of that. Hasn't really changed since the last video I showed it in. And in here I got antiviral wipes for the main mask. I've been wearing this all the time when I go shopping in big supermarkets and whatnot. It's been awesome. It's the JVS Eclipse, I think it's called. Awesome mask. And I can flex on the surgical mask wearing plebiscides. So that's all good, and that's all that's in there. And then in here in this pouch I got the Army Tech Elf C2 and the headband for it. I got some number 36 I think bank line, spare 18650. I got a sharpening thing for some of the secateurs, though I would still rather use a stone. I'll only use this if I absolutely have to in the field. And some spare batteries. I've been doing a lot of cycling as well, and these fit the bike light. I haven't got anything else that really takes these apart from that. And a big ferrocerium rod, because why not? And in here I've just got Highlander waterproof pants, Snook Pack Enhanced Patrol poncho, and just another diamond stone for pruners. And just a little bit of T-Rex tape and some electrical tape. And just a bigger roll of T-Rex tape. And another little ferro rod. And a tool set, Victorinox bit and wrench. And then in here, a spare multi-tool. It's a Gerber M600, and that's all that's in there. And then in here, You just keep a lunchbox. And the Dutch canteen with the cup. And then in the back, I've already had open, I got a schmag. This one's a real one. It's made by Hibawi in Palestine. And there's only one guy left that makes these. And from the photos he looks like he's in his 80s, so if you want a real one then buy one now. I don't think he's got any apprentices or anything. Kind of like the Nagoho Higonokami of Palestine. Anyway, that's it for this month. Thanks for watching. Mata.